Hi everybody, thanks for being here and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. Now these cards are always well shuffled in between readings, and the cards that pop out or that I'm drawn to are for the sign in general. So it may not reflect everyone's personal circumstances, but even if one card relays a message, then I'm good with that. So enjoy. Hi Gemini, so glad you could make it today. Oh, okay, right, this one is obviously wanting to come out, so let's put that there. All right, let's start again. This is for the 8th of March. Hope you're all having a good day today. And Friday. So glad. There we go. 2 cards in 1. There we are. Okay. Right then. Let's see what they have to say. Okay. Now we've got the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Swords, Moon in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, is this your time for a spin at the wheel? You know, just like the game show, you go up and you give it your best effort and you spin that wheel and you don't quite know where it's going to land. But whatever way it does go, is this part of your destiny? Is this going to be your turning point? Your good fortune? Is this your time to make a difference? And it could be that with some advice, possibly of someone close by or, a professional in some way, to give you advice on how to plan for whatever your dreams are. Because this is a moment of fortune, a moment of destiny, a moment where all your dreams could come true. And it just takes putting one foot in front of the other and some good sound advice and guidance on how to do things and how to plan. From someone who is experienced, who's been through it. That could be your strongest ally. And all of a sudden, with the moon in reverse, all of the secrets that everyone else in that particular field seem to be unfurling before your eyes. Because you have got this opportunity. You have the guidance, experienced guidance, and everything seems to be falling into place because things that you didn't know but needed to know are now lying down in ink in front of you. And it could be that maybe you're going to have some sleepless nights because you're going to be so energised with everything that's going on here that you're not going to be able to sleep because you're going to be planning. You're going to be wanting to move things forward because this is your turning point. But the thing is that, with sleepless nights, comes with a little bit of grumpiness because you need your sleep. And if you don't get your sleep, you can become a little bit tetchy sometimes. But you're so focused on this opportunity that with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you know, which is also possibly about being a little bit grumpy or antisocial, you know, they could combine together and add on to your total focus of the opportunity ahead of you. And that means that you sideline people, your friends and family, you know, are put to the sides because your focus is then on this opportunity and how far you can take it, to the point that you don't really think about anything else because you're so focused on work, so focused on making this work, so focused on making money and, you know, having things that give you kudos in today's society. So, you know, there is the good parts of this is that your dreams, even though they do take a lot of work and dedication, they are on the cusp of coming true. But the thing that you need to be wary of is that, you know, you don't become isolated from your friends and family. That life is not all about work. It's about a lot of other things as well. So take the advice from someone who knows, from someone with experience, and listen carefully to what they have to say. Have a great day. Bye, Gemini. Hi, Libra. Woo, Friday. Bet you're so glad you've made it to Friday. Okay, right, we've got an interesting situation going on here. All right. I've got two cards standing up on their edge, so we'll take them. There we go. That was a bit weird, but nonetheless, there we go. So this is your reading for the 8th of March. Let's see what let's see if I can get the teeth going. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, now we've got the King of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 8 of Wands, and 9 of Wands in reverse. Now, are you looking at the bottom line? Are you in a position of power and looking at resources and looking at, you know, the practical side of things? Because you like to provide something that has quality to it. But something here seems to be telling me that, is this something that you want to give up? Whatever this role is that you have in this production line, that are you just wanting to throw the towel in? You know, you know yourself that this time is coming to an end. And it could be that, you know, you're in discussion about this end. You know, have you sent emails off, or have you, you know, put actions in place to kick things into motion. And have you discussed this possibly? That you already know that things are going to go the way that you planned. So it could be that you're walking away from something that, was a big part of your life, that gave you the resources, the quality of life that you wanted, but now you just either want to or need to give it up. It could be that maybe things aren't going so well. And the writing's on the wall, and it's just time to move on to something else. Because are you feeling that whatever this is, that it's maybe a hopeless cause, that you can defend it and put all of the effort in that you need to try to protect this, but your things are already in motion, and it's maybe time to give it up. And even though you are, quite protective and defensive of this, whatever this may be, and you can be digging your heels in, and wanting to slow down the processes. But, it's something that has already been set in motion. And it does appear that, giving up is the plan. But there must be something else along the way. Because this is also a card about having reasonable consequences, about events flowing. So where are they flowing to? What plans do you have? All right. See you later, Libra. Have a great day. Bye. Hi, Aquarius. So glad you could make it join me today. Now, this is your reading for the 8th of March. Okay, let me just give this another little bit of a shuffle. Hope you're all having a great time out there. Okay, now there's 3 cards that have came out all together there. So let's just see what these cards are. Okay. All right. Let's see what they say. Okay. Now we've got the Judgment card in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse, 5 of Wands, and the Page of Cups in reverse. Now, have you been through a time where you've kind of pulled away from life in general? You've hidden yourself away a little bit. And it could be that, is it because you've maybe got some wounds that you're still trying to lick clean? Are you trying to not go down a path that that you should be going down, but you have so many doubts that you just don't want to change your lifestyle at the moment because you're not healed. Your heart's not healed. So the doubts are there and you don't want to change where you are. Now, did that happen because with the Queen of Swords in reverse, that was there maybe some sort of trickery or deceit from the person that you were drawn to? Or, it could have been that, the deception was yours alone, that the other person was truthful with you, but you chose to only pick up on the things that you chose to pick up on, which possibly led you down a false path, which could only lead in disappointment. And it could be that maybe this was one disappointment too many, and that's why you have shut down a little bit. That you want to give yourself time away to get over this period of time. Now, was part of the trickery or the self-deception that were you not aware, or did you feel that you shouldn't have been part of, part of a competition? That was there maybe more than one person interested in your love interest, in the person that had attracted your heart? And everyone has different opinions about, the way that they should do things. And there's always strong personalities when, there is competition of a peer. So could it be that, part of it was that you were deceived, or there was a self-deception into thinking that you shouldn't have been part of the crowd, that you shouldn't have been one of the people competing for this person that you had your heart set on? And what it's done now is it's made you feel that you can't trust. You may have lost your trust in people, in yourself, because is there a possibility that you can't tell when someone is tricking you or when you're tricking yourself? So is it your plan to resist love altogether? And stay in this place where you're forever licking your wounds over the person that your heart was set on? And it looks as though there's a possibility that your heart is still set on this person, because there is still an attraction there, even though they've hurt you deeply. And if they did come back, then you would probably resist going back down that road because you know where it leads. But the attraction is still there, and you're still healing the wounds. So you're possibly stuck a little bit here. You're not quite ready to move on. You're not ready to be part of, the competition for a loved one. Because it's something that you don't know that you can trust. But the thing is that you're going to have to let go. If that person has walked away and you have been licking your wounds for quite a while, and the deception has been long term, even though, you know, there is a resistance there, you do have to move on unless you want to stay in this place where you're stuck in limbo. And it's a very difficult place to be. All right, I'm going to leave it there. And please take care. See you next time. Bye, Aquarius.